In the bright little town of Sumville, there lived a curious girl named Mila. She loved counting everything: steps to school, raindrops on the window, and even how many bites it took to finish a cookie. Her friends sometimes giggled. "You and your numbers, Mila. You even count clouds." Mila would smile. "Numbers help me see patterns. They tell stories nobody else notices." One rainy afternoon, while waiting for the storm to pass, Mila found a small, dusty box on her grandmother's bookshelf. It had shiny golden buttons and a faint glow that pulsed like a heartbeat. On the lid was a message carved in silver: "Solve with care. Math can make magic." Mila's eyes widened. Magic and math. My favorite things. She pressed a button, and the box sprang open, revealing a tiny calculator, or so she thought. But instead of numbers, the screen showed words. "Hello, Mila, I am Numi. Let's solve something real." "Something real?" Mila asked. "Real problems, the kind numbers can fix." Just then, thunder shook the house. A loud crack echoed from the roof. A leak began dripping water into the living room. Grandma rushed for towels. "Oh dear, my bucket's too small to hold it." Numi glowed brighter. "Do the math, Mila." Mila thought fast. "The leak fills 1 cup every 2 minutes. Grandma's bucket holds 10 cups, so in 20 minutes it'll overflow." She looked around. "If I use 2 buckets, they'll fill in 40 minutes instead." She found another pail and placed it next to the first. "We'll be fine until the rain stops," she said proudly. The screen blinked. "Well done. You used numbers to save the day. Ready for level 2? Before Mila could answer, a golden light shimmered around her. In an instant, she was standing in the middle of the town square. Numi floated beside her like a tiny firefly. "What's happening?" she gasped. "Someone else needs your math." At the bakery, Mr. Crumb was pacing nervously. "Oh, Mila, my bread won't rise right. I forgot how much yeast to add. The recipe says 1 spoon for every 3 cups of flour, but I've already poured in 9. Mila smiled. "That's easy. 3 cups times 3 spoons of yeast means you need 3 spoons total." Mr. Crumb measured carefully, and soon the warm smell of fresh bread filled the air. He clapped his floury hands. "Mila, you're a genius." Numi sparkled. "Solving with numbers brings balance and joy." Onward. A swirl of light carried Mila to the playground. The children looked worried. Their seesaw wouldn't move. On one side sat 2 kids, on the other only 1. "Why won't it lift?" asked little Ben. Mila studied it. "Because the sides aren't balanced." "Let's use numbers again." She pointed to the plank. "If 2 kids weigh 30 kilos each, that's 60 total. The other side needs 62. If 1 kid weighs 40, we can add another who weighs 22, make it even." The children cheered and took turns measuring who should sit where. Soon, the seesaw bounced happily again. Numi's screen flashed. "Patterns, ratios, balance. You see the beauty in numbers. One final challenge remains." The golden light swirled once more, and Mila found herself at the old clock tower. The gears were stuck, and the townspeople looked up in worry. "The parade starts at noon, but the clock's frozen at 9. Mila squinted at the gears. "If each small gear turns twice, while the big gear turns once, and the big gear stopped, that means something's blocking its path." She peered closer and spotted a twig jammed in between 2 teeth. Carefully, she pulled it free. The gears spun again, clicking in perfect rhythm. Tick-tock, tick-tock, the clock chimed 12, and the parade began on time. Confetti rained down, and everyone cheered. "Thank you, Mila." Numi floated beside her, glowing like the sun. "You've learned the true magic. Math isn't just numbers, it's understanding how the world fits together." Mila smiled. "It's like solving little puzzles everywhere. Exactly, when you see with numbers, you see possibilities. The box shimmered and returned to her hands. When Mila opened it again, the screen simply read, "Keep counting, keep caring." The next morning, she walked to school with a spring in her step. Her friends waved. "What are you counting today, Mila?" She grinned, smiles. "I'm already at 12, but I'm hoping for 20. By lunch, they laughed. And Mila knew the best kind of math was the kind that made people happy.